My name is Pam McGlynn, and today I'll be reading from Ray Bradbury's book, Fahrenheit 451. This was originally published in 1953, and rather than being banned outright, it was mostly censored in pieces that offended people, and parts were removed due to objectionable language and references. This section I'm reading today is about people who memorized books so that if they were burned, they would be recovered later. "It is," replied Granger, smiling. "We're book burners, too. We read the books and burn them, afraid they'd be found. Microfilming didn't pay off. We were always traveling, and we didn't want to bury the film and come back later. Always the chance of discovery. Better to keep it in the old heads where no one could see it or suspect it. We are all bits and pieces of history and literature and international law. Byron, Tom Paine, Machiavelli, or Christ, it's here, and the hour's late, and the war's begun. And we are out there. The city is there, all wrapped up in its own coat of 1,000 colors. What do you think, Montague? I think I was blind trying to go at things my way, planting books in firemen's houses and sending in alarms. You did what you had to do. Carried out on a national scale, it might have worked beautifully. But our way is simpler, we think better. All we want to do is keep the knowledge we think we need intact and safe. We're not out to incite or anger anyone yet, for if we're destroyed, the knowledge is dead, perhaps for good. We are model citizens. In our own special way, we walk the old tracks, we lie in the hills at night, and the city people let us be. We're stopped and searched occasionally, but there's nothing on our persons to incriminate us. The organization is flexible, very loose, and fragmentary. Some of us have had plastic surgery on our faces and fingerprints. Right now we have a horrible job. We're waiting for the war to begin and, as quickly, end. It's not pleasant, but then we're not in control. We're the odd minority crying in the wilderness. When the war is over, perhaps we can be of some use in the world. Do you really think they'll listen then? If not, we'll just have to wait. We'll pass the books on to our children by word of mouth and let our children wait in turn on the other people. A lot will be lost that way, of course, but you can't make people listen. They have to come around in their own time, wondering what happened and why the world blew up under them. It can't last. How many of you are there? Thousands on the roads, the abandoned rail tracks, tonight bums on the outside, libraries inside. It wasn't planned at first. Each man had a book he wanted to remember, and did. Then, over a period of 20 years or so, we met each other, traveling, and got the loose network together and set out a plan. The most important single thing we had to pound into ourselves is that we were not important. We mustn't be pedants. We were not to feel superior to anyone else in the world. We're nothing more than dust jackets for books, no significance otherwise. Some of us live in small towns. Chapter 1 of Thoreau's Walden in Green River, Chapter 2 in Willow Farm, Maine. Why, there's one town in Maryland, only 27 people, no bomb will ever touch that town, is the complete essays of a man named Bertrand Russell. Pick up that town almost and flip the pages, so many pages to a person. And when the war's over, someday, some year, the books can be written again. The people will be called in, one by one, to recite what they know. And we'll type it up until another dark age, when we might have to do the whole damn thing over again. But that's the wonderful thing about man. He never gets so discouraged or disgusted, and he gives up doing it all over again, because he knows very well it is important and worth the doing.